Sheriff Joe Arpaio has taken a lot of heat lately for his crime sweeps and immigration enforcement. He says he's not racially profiling, not violating anyone's civil rights. But listen to what he told us about how he goes after undocumented immigrants.
Certain criteria, no identification, look like just came from Mexico, and they admit it, so that's enough.
CBS 5's Sarah Buttison is live now with the straight story. Sarah, how's he explaining this one?
Well, the sheriff didn't explain it to us today, but one of his directors says the sheriff was just misunderstood when he made that comment. The MCSO deputies say appearance is just one factor they use when they determine whether to ask someone about their immigration status. After his latest crime suppression sweep, we asked Sheriff Joe Arpaio how deputies decided to ask the illegal immigrants they rounded up about their immigration status. Listen to what he said.
There's certain criteria, no identification, look like just came from Mexico, and they admit it, so that's enough.
I'm scared.
And that's how Jose Garcia feels about the sheriff's comments. He came here from Mexico legally and is worried MCSO deputies will harass him.
I look like, Hispanic.
The Arizona Anti-Defamation League fights race-based discrimination, and their director, Bill Strauss, says the sheriff's comment shows he is pulling people over based on race.
Stopping people because of their appearance, that's profiling. That's exactly what it is.
The sheriff turned down our request for an explanation about his comment.
We've really been inundated with interviews in the last week or so.
And sent us to the head of his jails, Jerry Sheridan.
I think you could tell people that are not from this country, and I'm not talking about Hispanics. Maybe somebody from France looks a little bit different than somebody from Europe, or somebody from England looks a little bit different than we are. You just get a feel for it, and you ask them a question. Are you here illegally? Are you here legally?
Are you racial profiling?
I don't think so.
Now, Sheridan insisted today that MCSO deputies do not pull people over or stop and question them solely based on appearance. He says they have to seem to be committing a crime first. But on Saturday, when we talked to the sheriff, he implied that during his roundup, people were questioned based on several factors, one of them being their appearance. Live in Phoenix, Sarah Buttison, CBS 5 News.
All right, Sarah, and the sheriff wasn't available to talk to us today, but he did make it on national TV to talk about his immigration policies. Here's what he told CNN's Rick Sanchez.
The argument is that you do those things because it gets you a lot of publicity and it makes a lot of people think that you're on their side. And, to hell with the feds and to hell with the Constitution, and that's very popular. And it makes the nativists in Arizona come out and vote for you in huge numbers. That's why people say you do it. Is that true?
Well, you called me. I didn't call you. The publicity, they call me. I just respond. But I don't have anything to hide.
Sheriff Arpaio says the feds can't tell him how to enforce state laws. If you'd like to see the sheriff's full interview with CNN, just go to kpho.com and click on the Saw It on CBS 5 News icon.